Hey, Cody, my man. It's so
Doing
nice to
great.
have you on the show today. How are you
Excited to
doing?
be here. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. And just like I mentioned earlier, Cody, thank you so, so very much for being here. You see, I truly appreciate it. And you see, Cody, oftentimes I love to thank my guest for two things. And I do this so often to the point where it has become an anthem for me. So, firstly, Cody, I want to say thank you so very much for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you invested in yourself. And oftentimes, Cody, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, some months back, I was on a particular road, and just by the roadside, there was this tall, unattractive mango tree. And I use the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it, and the leaves were all dry. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, Cody, just recently I was on that same road. And this time around, a lot's changed about the mango tree, you see. The mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance. And immediately I got the urge to move so close to it. I wanted to confirm what I was seeing from afar. So I moved so close to the tree and it wowed me because now the mango tree's got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches, and not just mangoes now, but ripe mangoes. There was I standing in so much amazement and excitement. I was so so happy, and I tell you, it was such a beautiful moment that day. I was so so excited. Here is my point: the fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing Cody that you are today, that alone has made it really impossible for me to skip you. And that's why you see you got the request from me to be on the show because I was attracted to the fruit of all that you're doing, your philosophies, your insight, the way you're offering your solutions, and the impact your solution is having. It's amazing. And just before you got the request from me, I said to myself, I've got to benefit from these beautiful things Cody is doing, not only me now, but even the audience. And here we are today with the amazing Cody. Thank you so very much, Cody, for investing in yourself. And secondly, thank you for saying yes to the invite because if you had said nope, there was nothing Lisha could do about it. Thank you so much, my man. Thank you.
No, and I appreciate you following up because my week that week was very stressful. So I appreciate you for just following up and saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
remember me?" Thank you.
Thank you too. Beautiful. So let's get started. You see, I'm quite excited to have Cody on the show today for two reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to that of a beautiful one, Cody, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, quality information, and not just knowledge now, but the application of it. And you see, Cody, ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge and darkness means ignorance, I've been so keen to knowledge seeking because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very, very important to me and even to the listeners. The second reason why I'm excited to have the amazing Cody on the show is for the sake of the audience. You see, Cody, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got lots of information flying out there. So these folks trust me for quality, high opening, and very important information, of which I am totally convinced, Cody, that our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So for that reason, my man, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your personal or professional journey, because right now we are so curious. We want to know how Cody got here. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Cody, over to you.
So I'm 33 years old, Canadian, born and raised. I spent the majority of my life in the province of Ontario, um, where I grew up. Uh, Thankfully, in a loving household with a lot of opportunities. I got to experience wildlife, learn to forage, and learn how to like live off the wild, and then do some extreme sports here or there with my family. And I got lucky. My parents were able to find a property in the middle of the Ganaraska forest in Port Hope, and I got to spend the majority of my teens um, living in a forest environment with no internet. especially when the internet was rising up. So it was kind of an interesting take. I'll come back to that in a little bit. But my focus has always been on building a successful life according to what everybody's told me to do, like go to college, get a good job. So I actually went to school to be a programmer, um, and I ended up going to St. Lawrence College in Kingston. I had kind of a mental health breakdown and had to switch into a different program called Computer Networking Technical Support, which I ended up graduating from with a diploma. But I knew I wanted to be a programmer, so I switched gears and ended up in Niagara College for computer programming, where I ended up starting my career it ended up launching my career for the Ministry of Transportation in Ontario, where I was a developer for them for about 8 to 9 years, learning how the government works, learning how to update my skills, learning how to become a true developer. And we were in one of the newer aspects of the ministry that were focused on new design, new development, updating systems, bringing technology to the forefront of government. But I was successful, but I was never happy. It was never something I really wanted. I got very into drinking and kind of just being by myself, and especially during COVID. COVID really stressed me out. However, I did end up winning large in the crypto market during that time. Spent a lot of time learning about finances, the stock market, how everything kind of works in terms of politics too. And then I met my partner, who ultimately saved me, and we ended up making the decision to move to Newfoundland, which we now reside in for about a year now. We're just in the middle of nature. We have I would say $1 million view out our window that cost us next to nothing. And it gave us the opportunity for us to really think about our life and what we can do. And I was working as a software developer for a financial institution that I just quit last week to pursue this as my future career. And yeah, we just sat down and talked about it, and we had a good discussion, and we're now in a better position in our lives, and we're happier. I can't say enough. We're happier for it. And I just want to share that journey with everybody, that I just kind of want to open the veil to everybody, that it's not impossible, that there's escapes you can make, things you can do to help and get out of the way of life if you're not happy. So I want to showcase that through my journey as well.
Beautiful. And you're doing that already. And the fact that you mentioned, you said you're successful, but you weren't happy. That tells me something deep. You know what you wanted, but you just need to get it. And many people are stuck in that being successful and not being happy, and always trying to cover it up with more success, more money, more addiction, more this and more that. But you knew that I'm not going to settle for this. There is something more. And that's why your story is so inspiring. And I love it. And the fact that you're within nature, the $1 million view, that's a beautiful one. Okay, so I was expecting you to mention something, but you haven't yet. Can you tell us about how the Weird Canadian podcast started? What inspired you to start?
It was really a focus on a few things. I've always wanted to do a podcast for a long, long time. I just never knew how or what to do or had the time to do it. But a few months ago, my partner realized I was struggling, even in this nature environment where we're getting more comfortable. I was still stressed out, still focused on more success, more like exactly what you just said, just not focused on what I had. And she really kind of sat me down and gave me an ultimatum of hey, you need to realize how successful you've been, where we're at, and just live for now. Because if you can do that, you'll realize how happy we are. And that ultimatum really just gave me that incentive to really flip the switch and see things from her perspective and really be humbled by everything that I've had, every skill, every learned, even the bad. I don't think I would change anything at this point because they've crafted me into this person that I'm now excited and happy to be. And I just get to keep growing from here. That's the exciting part.
I got that. That's one of the beautiful aspects of having a beautiful partner. Awesome. Okay, so what inspired you to merge your background in software development with storytelling and politics?
So I've been watching TV, anime, video games like religiously. I love being told a very good story. That's what defines a good show, a good piece of content to me is a good storyline. Um, I only just realized recently that I have the ability to tell great stories. It's just I fumble on the words. Um, AI has really given me that impactful way of being able to expand on my words, being able to highlight things I've said, things I mean over the actual words themselves, to be able to give them in a way that I intend to speak them. So I wanted to apply that to Canada. I've always been proud of this country. My grandfather raised me to be so proud of this country. We've done so much for the world, even though we don't talk about it. But when I saw the division of what was going on in our country, especially after what happened in the U.S. with the election, I watched the whole thing go down. I understood exactly how and why it went down, and I'm starting to see that here. I was starting to see that here. So I just wanted a background to be able to say, hey, like, we don't have the same political structure that they do in the States. Can we stop applying that same framework to everything we're saying on media? Right? Because that's just, we need a little bit more understanding of our system to realize that it's not left and right here. It's policies, like laws, people have nothing to do with it. It's how our government's structured, those types of things that we need to be focused on.
I got that. Okay, so that's going to lead to me asking, what are some of the biggest challenges Canadians are currently facing right now that you've covered on your show?
Oh, I don't know if I've covered it. I plan to do it a little bit further but I will give you a tidbit. I think it's a lack of cultural identity. Canada has really seceded into the U.S. culture cycle, and that's not to be a bad thing. Like, we've learned so much from U.S. But we have a lot of different frameworks in mind. So when we're trying to apply a lot of the policies that exist in the U.S., they just don't apply here. Like, our LGBTQ rights laws are federally in our Charter of Rights. Like, they are part of our Constitution, essentially. So that kind of political debate here doesn't hold as much weight as it does in the United States. So it's just kind of like pointing out those differentiations. I do plan on doing a video shortly about kind of highlighting that we have those different things, and the things we talk about aren't always relevant to what we're experiencing.
I got that. So you mentioned how helpful AI has been. I'm just curious, where do you see AI headed in the next, let's say, 5 years?
The next 5 years are going to be terrifying and exciting. And it really depends on what side of the spectrum you fall on. I'm on the exciting side. I have a lot of hope for AI, especially given the ability to connect people. AI has given me the ability to be more human. I'm neurodivergent. I have struggles speaking to people, connecting with people, really understanding people. But it's helping me connect with others. It's helping me expand my speech, showcasing where I'm wrong, at how to correct myself. It's making me a better person, a better human. But there is a fearful side. It can become a powerful tool of destruction. Um, the next 5 years are really going to pave that path. We have to be highlighting the hope, the ingenuity, the creativity, the love of humanity on the internet right now to really push AI to that hopeful side. It AI is learning from us. The more we feed it of our actual selves, and instead of the fake masks we put on the internet, the better and the more helpful it's going to be.
Gonna be, I got that, and I think that's true. So back to your podcast, all right? Because I feel like it's a great one. It's a great stuff you're doing there, and it's a very important one, especially for the Canadian people. So, what's been one of your favorite episodes or guest interviews so far, and why?
Uh, so I actually just did one yesterday. So I'll speak a little bit about this. He is a self-taught entrepreneur. Uh, he's highly focused in AI, agentic AI, and in building a platform that is going to revolutionize the business industry. Tidbits here or there. I'm not trying to I'm just trying to generate a little bit of hype here because it's amazing what he's about to do and what he's about to release. And it brings me hope because he's going to open source it. So it's going to be free for everybody to learn and build themselves. And he has a book explaining the entire process coming out tomorrow as well. So to me, it hit me as there's a lot of good people in this world building good things, and we just need to talk about it more. We need to generate more hype for these things, because I think a lot of what we're seeing isn't the hopeful side of our worlds. It's the terrifying side.
That's so true. That's so true. So to bring this to an end, my man Cody, what would you like to leave the audience with, like a final thought? And to those folks who would like to learn more about everything we've discussed, or even ask questions, or become a new listener of your amazing podcast, how can that be possible?
So, in terms of becoming a new listener or anything, I'm at the Weird Canadian across all socials. I'm sure if you search it up, I'll be the only one there. So that's easy to find me. The one message I'd love to give the audience, especially the US audience that you have, Canada does not hate you. Canada loves you and everything you've given us. The hate is literally just the leaders and the elites spouting the nonsense to the world. Those aren't the words of the rest of the people. Canada and the US have always been partners, and we will always continue to be partners regardless of what our leaders try to do. And I hope we can work towards a global society one day. And if you'd like to help me out, regardless of where you are, send me a DM, send me a message. I'd love for any help, any insight. The only way I can do this is with help. And if you want to, I'm giving you this chance. And I'd love for anybody to come pick my brain, even if you don't want to help, if you just want to come pick my brain for something, an idea, I'm here for that too. So thank you very much.
Beautiful. So is there a link or a website or a contact info?
At _weird_Canadian on Instagram or YouTube would be the best place to get me.
Okay, that's perfect. So that's going to be the end of the show, my man. Thank you so very much for coming. And thank you for sharing this incredible insight. I just learned something new. It's amazing. Thank you, my man.
Thank you very much. This is great.
That was a beautiful